Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyaye sifunde incwadi ebhalwe ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu bese siza la sokhuluma ngazo le incwadi. Sixoxele laba phela abasuke bengenazo isikhathi sokuthi bafunde incwadi, nalaba abasuke benqena nje ukufunda. Siyaphinda futhi sibuka ama reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senze ama reviews and or ama recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma nga any other issues avukayo uma ngabe lama shows sesiwabokile kwi-TV. Uma ngabe kokuqala ukusijoyina namhlanje and you really like our content, ungakhohlwa ukuthi press the subscribe button la ngezansi bese uyaphinda futhi upressa i-notification bell ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi wethu omusha sesiwufakile. Kulabo abathi ama-notifications abasawatholi, you guys angazi ukuthi u-YouTube mina ubuye wenze njani. Nami sometimes I get notifications from my favorite YouTubers abuya phele. I have to go unsubscribe, subscribe again, press the notification bell again to get my notification. So if that is happening to you, please do that. Go uyovuselela angazi mhlawumbe i-contract notification bell. Namhlanje na ke guys, before I do my book, because today we are doing chapter 4 we're doing episode 4 wencwadi yethu, but there will be another video. I just want to talk a little bit about the second part of the reunion that will be on Friday, this coming Friday. I-preview iphumile, you guys. I was almost too scared to even watch because honestly I don't know, I feel like maybe part 2 is gonna disappoint us more than part 1 disappointed us, because I feel like it's the last episode, this is the last 45 minutes that we're going to get. So guys, I had flu, so ikhwehlela isakhona. So I feel like it's the last 45 minutes that we're going to get from this show. Are they going to be able to cover everything that they didn't cover in the first part? And are we not going to feel like we felt with the first part, where it felt like Donovan was rushing through our questions, And there is so many things that I'm hoping that they will cover. But in preview is showing there's going to be that conversation between Umakhumalo and Nomabusi. Honestly, I'm hoping that they don't stay there too long, because we already know that whatever issues that were between Umakhumalo and Nomabusi was because of the friendship between Umabusi and Ulachonco. And Ulachonco and Umakhumalo have already had their confrontation. So I'm hoping they don't waste time on that, because I don't think that their issue is deeper than we've seen. The deeper issues were with Ulasi Nomakhumalo, which I still think that there's things outstanding there that the host didn't get into. But I mean, we have to accept it. They've dealt with that issue. It's past now. And also it shows Uguti Unonko is going to be confronting the is it the Golden Girls? Which is Londi London, Eni kanye no Jojo. Remember phela ukuthi the whole season it was all about her. All the conversations were about her drinking and all of that. And I'm hoping that Unonko really lights fire on their asses, because because they have things to answer for, because these ladies are out here wanting an explanation about everybody else's life, and they are giving us nothing about their life. The only concern that I have with Unonko likes to be in the cool club, even though they've treated her the way that they've treated her. But it always looks like she really wants to be in that friendship ka Eni and Ujojo and Ulondi London. So I do feel like even though there will be that confrontation, but she's not gonna be that aggressive, because she wants to come in the friendship. So if ever Lokuza if ebathumela ngomlilo kakhulu, she might end up not being part of that group. So that is my concern. But when it comes to Nonku, you guys, there's a lot of things that I hope that the host doesn't forget to ask about. Nonku did share some information about the mental health issues that she was dealing with. I hope that they get into that. I do hope that they get into the drinking part, because in the interview that I watched, she just did an interview with Gagasi FM Unonku She says there was a misunderstanding because a lot of us thought Unonku admitted to drinking a lot. She says no, there was a misunderstanding. She does not drink a lot, but she wants to clarify what her confession was about. Remember when she came to Usorisha, as she said, maybe I haven't been honest, and I hope she clarifies that, because for me I felt like in that conversation she was saying, listen, maybe I haven't been paying attention, maybe I was drinking a little bit more than I should, but in the interview she's saying that that's not what she was saying. So I'm feeling like, okay, that means that we need to get some clarity there. I also just feel like with Unonku, I would like for them to get into that friendship. It's almost like a love-hate a friendship with Jojo. And I'm hoping host really get into that. Are you guys really friends? And Unonku seems to take a lot, you guys. And I think when they were at Nambiti and Jojo was like, shut the F up. I don't remember Jojo ever apologizing for that, you guys. I don't remember ever apologizing for coming at her like that. When Unonku was actually not even addressing Ujojo, Unonku was addressing Usorisha. And so I would like for the host to get into that. I hope we're not going to see any tears from Jojo, because we have no time, you guys. We only have 45 minutes. And if any of those minutes I spent with us having to see Jojo's tears, I would be upset. I would be upset. Anybody else can cry, not George. I think we've seen enough crying from George, because a lot of the times when Jojo cries, it's because she's in trouble and she's trying to get somebody to forgive her for what she did, and it's like her tears are a form of manipulation. So I feel like we don't have enough time in this part 2 of the reunion to be watching Jojo cry. Like we need explanations, talk about what you did during the season, explain yourself. That's what we need. We don't need tears. So I hope that they won't wait. If she cries, I hope they cut it out of the I really do, you guys. I really do. I know I sound mean, but we've seen Jojo cry. Sahlala, sambuga, satabuga, sakhala nathi. The first time she cried when they were meeting with Unonkula Payana, quad biking. We cried too. There was enough. We've cried enough with George. So we want to watch other people cry at this reunion. So I hope that they get into that. I hope they don't bring the queen, but at the same time, we do need the queen. It's like, because the time is limited, I'm like, a queen is overly fune, 15 minutes, why? Because it's the queen, we know. But at the same time, you guys, we do need the queen to come in, because there is that issue of Ulondi London Beno Eni saying Umaganonku said to them that they were empty up here, and we all know that's not what the queen said. So we do want to see, their faces when it's finally revealed. I'm sure they've already seen the episodes, though. Yeah, they've seen the episodes. So they know already that that's not what the queen said. So I don't see the queen, you guys, in the preview. I don't know if you guys did see her. I don't see her in the preview. So I don't know if they will bring her for the reunion, or maybe they will discuss that issue without the queen. Because remember, last year she did come to the reunion and people just didn't get why the queen was there. I didn't get it too, you guys. I didn't get it. She wasn't a cast member, and she was she was a family member of the cast member. Like I didn't understand them bringing her in. So I don't know if maybe Naye, she did feel the backlash after the first reunion. I don't know if she's gonna be there, you guys. I haven't heard anything, but there is that issue to clarify when it comes to Umaganonku, and they need to apologize. So to be honest with you, Mina, I felt like Ulondi did hear what Ulonu Maganonku said. I felt like that, but she wanted to support Eni mission yakhe to prove ukuthi Maganonku had said something like that. So as you can see, you guys, this is like 10 minutes of me just discussing a few issues myself that they need to deal with, but I'm not even halfway through the issues that they still need to talk about. So I hope and they will be able to address all these issues. But more than that, you guys, there's also, yes, they've spoken about Ulasi. But we need direct questions, you guys. We do know that Ulasi is not going to give the answers. In fact, in the preview, she does say plainly when Unoko says to her, people need answers, and they're not going to get the answers. That's what Ulona Unonkanyiso is saying. People are not going to get the answers, so we must just forget. But it doesn't stop us from asking the questions. So I still expect that the host is going to ask the question. I do want a direct question of does Mr. Petal exist? Who is Mr. Petal? Are you in a relationship with Mr. Petal? Is he the one who gave you that electric car? Is Mr. Petal and Thinga and the former president the same? Is the former president Mr. Petal? I want those questions to be asked. I doubt we're going to get the answers, but it doesn't stop the host from asking those questions, because a lot of us viewers really want to know about it. And I also, just because, the others, I feel like there's something into where Ulona Nonkanyiso lives, the fact that they're asking all the time where she lives. I feel like there's something in that we don't know about. So I feel like I want to see her response when she's asked that question at the reunion. Where do you live? Where do you live? And what is the reason that you don't want to give that information? Should she say that she does not want to give that information? Also, you guys, with Ulokuzana Ulachongo, honestly, I feel like it's one housewife that I would love to hear answer yake. Mayebuzo ukuthi, do you think you should be on the Real Housewives? Like, do you think this is a reality show where people are expected to share isn't about their lives, and you seem to not want to do that? Do you think you are on the right show here on the Real Housewives? And do you think that you should come back for the next season? Because I'm interested to just know if she thinks that she's in the right show and that she should come back next season. What does she think, Ulokuzana Ulasi? Also, you guys, there is an issue a friendship Londi London Benaye Ulasi, and I think that thing needs to be settled at the reunion. But I would like, the fact that Ulona Ulachongo uyahluleka ukonfront umuntu mesebhekene naye face to face, like she did with uMakhumalo. I don't know if she's gonna be able to do it with Ulokuzana Ulondi London, but I would like to see her real feelings about that friendship falling apart, and I would like to hear her real thoughts on the betrayal that we all saw. But it's like we're the only ones that think she was betrayed, because she hasn't said she felt betrayed. When they asked her about it in one Instagram live, she said no, she didn't have any feelings on it, but she learned something about it. So uyamazi ukuthi uhlezi ephendula imibuzo engathi upresident wase-Russia, kodwa ke the questions must still be asked. I did see a little bit of Londi London wanting to cry, so I think she does get emotional about the end of the friendship. But then again, as we know from the video I did yesterday, and there are things that Londi London is going through that nobody knows about. She is pregnant too. I mean, when I was pregnant, I would cry because whatever. Umuntu phaka izambane endlini kwami ngithanda izambane or something, you know what I mean? So there is that as well. But yes, she is going through a lot. So the reunion itself, like when I spoke to Umabusi, remember I did say she said she understands that people like the reunion, but the reunion is a lot for them. Like they go through a lot when they do the reunion, you guys. So I can imagine going through that. You are pregnant, you having issues in your relationship nobody knows about. This thing might be coming out anytime, so I can imagine that. So I'm not sure whether the emotional part is because of what she's going through or is because of what's happening with their friendship. But I do want questions asked about that friendship. Was it real? That 2-hour conversation, can they explain a little bit of what they were talking about? And what is the one thing that Ulasi lied about to her, Ulokuzana, or the specific thing that she feels Ulasi lied about in those conversations between the two of them, Ulondi London Kanye no Lasi? I also, you guys, we know the big thing, which is Jojo and Mabusi, you know. I hope ukuthi they spend enough time there. I hope ukuthi they don't keep it surface and just talk about the fact that this one said this and then this one threw a class and then this one also threw a class. And I hope they go deep because there's so much, you know. One thing I know, George, had it been any, for an example, who had said what Mabusi said, George wouldn't have thrown that class. And that alone, or if it was Sorisha who did it, George would not have thrown that class. So the fact that we all know she wouldn't have done it if it was somebody else means that there's a lot that we need to get into when it comes to that. And I need her to answer about that thing of her saying she doesn't know if Mabusi is wealthy or not. What does that have to do with being friends with somebody, the bags being fake, and why she is so bothered so much by the presence Kamabosi, you know. I would like to get into that, and yeah, there's a lot, you guys. But also when it comes to Sorisha, you guys, because we know, to be honest with you guys, Sorisha is like one of the silent members. At this point, I want Makuma to come back more than I want Sorisha, even though she does have that cool, calm spirit. But guys, I mean, we need something from Sorisha. She did have the storyline, say private jets, you know. But even that's the storyline, she didn't use it the way that she could have used it, because she was just trying to keep it under the radar. That's what she said. But I think that honestly, there is that story she shared about her brother's struggle with alcohol, and I would like a host to get into that. I hope also she's willing to share a little bit more. It sounded intriguing, you guys. It would make us learn a little bit more about Sorisha. So I hope that she is willing to share that. Talking about that, you guys, remember also Londi London shared about her sister as well. I don't know, maybe she did share that the details on the show. I don't know if they will touch on that as well, but I think that will just make Lona even more emotional now. I mean, if they have to talk about her late sister on the show, Londi, over and above everything else that's going on, it might just it might just be all too much. But I think those are the issues, you guys, that I hope that they get into. And I think for each of the ladies, I want to know if they want to come back for the next season. And I think this season was rough on Umakumalo. I want to know if she wants to come back for the next season. I think this season was rough on Ulachonto. I want to know if she wants to come back for the season. I think it's obvious that Annie wants to come back. I think it's obvious that Jojo wants to come back. I'm not sure about Usorisha. Usorisha really, it sounds like she just does the show for the fun of it. I think any moment she can just say, you know what, you guys, I'm not doing the show anymore. You know, you know what I mean. And Pela Venefu today isn't a significant story that we are following when it comes to Lokuzana. Sorisha, and we haven't really seen a lot from Sorisha. We haven't seen a lot of sides from Lokuzana Sorisha, and also just about her life, she hasn't shared a lot. So I'm hoping that, I don't know, you guys. My guess when it comes to how they're going to cast for the next season is that they're going to bring everybody back. I really just feel like that. I feel like they're going to bring everybody back. People that we like, people that we don't like, people that had storylines, people that were silent. I think they're just going to bring everybody back, except for people that don't want to come back, because that's what they did even last season. They brought everybody back except for Ayanda, who didn't want to come back, and Humuto, who didn't want to come back. Kodwa ke sizobona when they cast for the next season. I'm looking forward to the reunion, you guys, even though Donovan. One of my viewers said Donovan is is load shedding in human form. And I was like, he is worse than load shedding. He is worse than load shedding. Anyway, that is just my sort of a preview review of the second part of the reunion on Friday, you guys. Please watch so we can have fun when we do the review later on that day. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like the video before Nipu Megiyona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Tanda.